Now, we have come to realize that we are barking up the wrong tree in human existence. How to come back and survive as long as we can. Very simple methods are: go back to nature again. Try to give importance to your mind. Cultivate the mind with positive thoughts all the time and with compassion for everybody. Natural diseases will come down. Number 2 is try to eat as much organic foods as you can and encourage people to develop organic foods. Grow more organic foods. And there's a movement now all over the world. Organic movement. Unfortunately, even that is becoming politicalized. No, it should not be. Ordinary things like, I have seen a farmer in Andhra Pradesh who showed me a mango tree. Even from his great-grandfather's time, they have never been using chemicals. They have been using their manure only. This one tree gives him 6 lakhs mangoes in every season. And he has now put 10 lakhs as a price for anybody, anywhere in India, using any chemical. If he can grow more than 6 lakhs mangoes in one tree, he will give the 10 lakhs to him. So there are a lot of people in this area who are trying to do something. But unfortunately, what has happened? We have completely sapped our earth of all its energy. We have been using these chemical fertilizers for more than about 50 years now, thanks to the so-called green revolution of those days, where the scientists advised the powers that be the wrong way. And what has happened now is, there is nothing in this earth. Because earth can only survive if it aerates. And aerating the earth is through earthworms. And a lot of earthworms live all over the earth and they burrow into it. And the earthworms have died in large numbers now. It will take us some time to grow them back, but they will grow back because nature is very, very resourceful. It will come back and bounce back. So we have got to get our earth, especially a place like Mangalore, for example. We have about 300 inches of rain in a year, but 3 months after the rain stops, we don't have drinking water because all our water drains into the sea. And we don't do water culturing. And water culturing and water management, if you do that in the coastal area, it's very nice because along with the water, the surface topsoil is also taken to the sea. And this again deprives the earth of its capacity to grow things. Number 1. Number 2 is we should stop poisoning our rivers because water, remember, water is the most important sustenance of human body. 98% of the molecules of the human body are water, and by weight 75% of human body is water, which means water is a sustainer, water is the main thing. And very interestingly, recent research into the structure of water has shown, led by Professor Rustom Roy, late Professor Rustom Roy and Kaplan in London, what they have found is water has life, water has memory, and water has fascinating things. And water does not follow the scientific rules. If you observe the water going up the tree trunk from the root, it's a fascinating thing. We say it's capillary pressure. It's not capillary pressure. Actually, it flows. When you really magnify the thing and see, water really flows up the tree against gravity. There are a lot of things, of course, flowing against gravity. For example, liquid helium. You keep liquid helium at the bottom of a vessel and keep it on the table. After some time, the helium starts creeping up the side and falling out. So this is fascinating. You keep liquid helium in a porcelain vessel, hang it on top. After a couple of days, it comes through the pores and leaks out. So our science is so stupid and so, we are very arrogant about science. But in fact, the truth is, science is just one of those things, another establishment like religion, which was started in the West to control the colonies and keep them under control and to produce what are called the weapons of mass destruction. Look at now Chernobyl, the effect of Chernobyl. But very interestingly, I must tell you a story. Chernobyl was completely evacuated after this, and a lot of people had cancer and they died. Animals died. But about 100 people, especially old women, who refused to leave the place. And they said, we would much rather live here than go somewhere else because this is our land. We love our land. Very interesting. Now after 20 years of Chernobyl, a lot of those people who are migrated out, they died of cancer. These ladies are still there. They are all old ladies. And now the scientific study shows that love for motherland and love for nature probably is more powerful than the radiation effect on the human body. Which only goes to show we come back to nature. Doesn't mean we are going back to live in the caves and like our ancestors. No. Of course, cave dwellers are much wiser than us, but we don't have to go back to the caves. But we can live a life which is sensible. And most important thing about life is, if you want to be happy in life and live as long as you live, you must live and let others live. This is the most important thing. Compassion. And this is very important. That's why Emerson said, life is not to get and enjoy. No. Life is to be useful to others. Life is to be authentic. Life is to live for others and touch another life to show that not only you have lived well, but let others live well. And food in moderation. We can always share. How much food do we really need? We on an average eat about 10 times the amount of food that we need. So we eat in moderation and let others also eat. Today what has happened, 5% of the world population has 90% of the resources. And the other 95% will have to make do with 5% of the resources. This is where the disparities, this is called the haves and the have-nots fight. And very soon the fight will escalate to such an extent that the haves will be dying of fear of the have-nots. They'll invade and eat them because they have to survive. It's a question of survival. And so the gulf must be packed as quickly as possible. I don't understand why man has become so greedy that he couldn't care less for others and goes on amassing wealth by all illegal means. Little does he realize that sooner than later this will catch up with him. So the future of mankind is living with nature, eating what nature gives you without spoiling it too much, preferably uncooked to the extent possible, cooked a little, and then water is the next god. And you will be surprised. I can predict this. If there is a third world war, it will be for water and not for oil. And next, already water is being sold. Can you imagine that today we are paying 12 rupees for a bottle of water which nature is giving to you? Which means very soon, sooner than later, you will have to pay money for the oxygen that you breathe. Even today there are oxygen clubs in Europe. You go in, pay some money, breathe oxygen and come out because the atmospheric oxygen is almost depleted. And we have got so many industries to pollute the thing, and we have polluted the air, water and soil. So all this has to reverse, and mankind has to see before the writing on the wall, before it does final ultimate damage. So Godspeed, good luck for mankind. Let man live happily ever after.